Good morning. Good morning. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations 2020, Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers, which that is sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And over the last, 2022 and 2021, the team that I was a part of and still a part of, when it comes to Dove Men Care and Fathers, we reached out directly and indirectly to over 100,000 fathers around the world. Look who's here. Some people are looking younger and fresher and cleaner than ever. Ryan Knight is in the house. Whoa, this is amazing.
Yes. Good to see you, brother.
Good morning.
I got a boost of energy on the weekend. We were at the PO Crime Stoppers car show, so they do a car show.
Oh, so you want to make sure you had a clean look, so you didn't get any attention. Yes, okay.
In-person selling, we gotta be interacting. But so we have our detailing nights products. So we had some people guess my age based on just guess my age to get a free tire shine. So which years do you think that I might have gotten?
I think even one or two people may have said 20 to 30.
Which year is that? That's like
20 years old to
in the
30
2000s. That would be serious.
Okay, the next level up, 30 to 40.
The youngest was 97. So I will definitely take that. Thank you. And she, even though she was wrong, she definitely got a free tire shine.
She's got a free car shine. Yes, that is good.
For those that don't know, it's 82. So I am 40.
Oh, wow. Actually, let's do some Monday business first before we go any further. So, as always, our Monday shows are sponsored by the Macmillan Group. And let me just let me do things proper here with the Macmillan Group. Give them enough respect. There we go. The Macmillan Group is providing mortgage solutions, one client at a time since 1999, buying, refinancing, or investing. You can call them in Canada at 905-813-4354, US 904-586-5636. So that is the Macmillan Group. And also for those people who don't like reading on a big white thing, there's it there, the lower third. There's a Canadian number, US number, toll-free number, website, and email. It's all there. So we got it all. We covered it all. So what's been going on? What else? Actually, we got some people
going on.
Yes. Okay. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Yes.
Week.
Okay. Hold on. Family says good morning. Aldafina, good morning. Westwell, good morning. Frequency Event Promotions, good morning. Grand Rising, hope you're all fine. What's been going on? Black Restaurant Week.
It is time to eat. It's always time to eat, but during this week, we get to purposefully support Black-owned restaurants. And I have my tour lined up for this week.
Okay.
So today, I'm going to be in a new spot. And Today is Mermaid's Find. So
you're actually going there today?
We are going to pick up our seafood platter. Hopefully I'll get to say hi to Yvette. And this will be the first day. And then we're going to try out some good food.
Well, a few things. I have a relative visiting. Actually, she's leaving in a few minutes, going back to Montreal. She came in on Saturday night and leaving this morning. She went to a concert last night. And when I told her about the combination of seafood and bubble tea, she went, "What?"
Yeah, and we ordered both. You have to try both. Yes.
What? And hail up to Yvette. She was dropping knowledge bombs last Monday.
Yeah.
Oh man, last Monday, she gave a master class, not just in food, the food service industry, but just
Mm.
business in general. She was dropping knowledge bombs on
And
that.
multiple instances of leaning into things that might not be where you would think a Black woman would get into, or even
Yeah.
entrepreneurs in general, like with
Yeah.
the eyelash extensions. People are telling
Yes.
her, "Oh, that who would even do that as a business in general?" And also, why would she get into it? So,
You know, it's interesting. And Wayne Harris was all in during that conversation. And
yeah.
and I have to apologize to Wayne, but we had to keep on the restaurant week thing, but he had a whole pile of questions about that. So
Oh,
I think we need to bring Yvette back and just talk about business.
I
Because
agree.
I think
Yeah.
she had so many great knowledge bombs just from her evaluated experience. That was it.
And
One other thing, got to say good morning to Leslie
you
McEwen.
did.
Absolutely. Good morning to you. Thank you for you sent me something. I'm not going to say, but she sent me something over the weekend. Much thanks. And actually, we got to get her back. Actually, there's a number of alleged things going on. My things were on my alleged mind, but we were chatting yesterday on, I had, I can't remember her name now. We had a lady on yesterday who runs her own brain rehab clinic in
Wow.
Halifax.
Okay.
And she, Lisa Dennis, that's her name, and so many different things. We just spent like 45 minutes yesterday chatting on Black Canada, talking about the school to prison pipeline. Because a lot of
Yes.
times when you hear that, a lot of people just think about the US.
True.
It's very applicable here in Canada with melanated and Indigenous people, the school to prison pipeline. So if you go to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube, there's promo time, subscribe to the YouTube channel and also hit notification or wherever you're watching. But it was a great conversation. She can chat. Actually, she's doing her master's about the school to prison pipeline.
Okay, excellent. Yes.
So, and it's another area. Unfortunately, there is not a lot of data from a Black Canadian perspective on that.
I don't doubt it.
So it was a great conversation, but Leslie, I'm actually going to be sharing your information with her because she's a big mental health advocate. So I'm getting a vision of having Leslie, Lisa, and Dr. Alicia Watkins together.
Oh,
That
wow.
would be
Yes. That'd
that
be
would be
excellent.
that would be powerful. And if you don't know about Dr. Alicia Watkins, again, go to the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube page, put in Dr. Alicia Watkins. Not knowledge bombs, full knowledge bombs, like tenured professor in the area of social work, has her master's in social work and a trained trauma specialist, and also been counseling Black couples for over 15 years.
I love it.
So it was really lot to go on. So as we say, lot to go on. But so you're hitting, the Seafood Bowl, gonna get away to do that somehow this week. I know that Roger Dundas, Roger and Camille, especially Roger, has been driving this restaurant, and it's only getting better. And actually, they're doing their next launch in the fall in Vancouver.
Right. Yes. Jet setting, heading across coast to coast. You'll
Absolutely.
be in Nunavut soon.
And hey, Fitness IQ Cam, have you? What restaurants are you hitting this week, Fitness IQ Cam? Because you were saying you're hungry. Actually, on Friday, unfortunately, we didn't have you here. I actually did 2 morning vibes. We had our regular time, and we did an extra at 12 noon. We did from restaurants in the West. We had 3 restaurant tours from one from Alberta and 2 from BC. That was look at this. Oh, look at this. Morning on waking up with Dr. Vibe is something I most currently give. Well, not just me, Ryan too.
Yeah,
All right.
and the word is getting out that they want to see you on more days. We got to figure that out.
Sponsor. Congrats to Black Restaurant Week. Well, yes, congrats. At least go to one restaurant this week.
Yes, and let us know which ones you go to.
Yeah, let's get the feedback. I'm hitting up the vegan one this week. That's chickpea veg. Yes. And Naza was fire last Monday.
Wow.
She
Nice.
was on fire. And then morning Ottawa, let's go early birds. Boop, 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 boop.
Right.
But so interesting question there, morning Ottawa, and all you there. Would you like us on earlier in the morning?
Interesting.
Periodically, I put that out. Would you like us on earlier in the morning? And Fitness IQ says you haven't tried sugarcane, you're missing out.
Okay, yes.
So make sure you get
That's a
down to
staple.
sugarcane. And sugarcane and Buchan are like 3 minutes walk from each other. So maybe if you're really hungry, try both.
Yes, yes.
So yeah. So what's been going on? Ryan Knight, it's what, at least 2 shows since we've had you on. What's been going on in your
Hey,
world?
what has been going on? So as I mentioned, Peel Crime Stoppers was doing their car show on the weekend. So really looking to lean into that relationship. I know they've been around for so long, and it's interesting that ACBN hasn't really engaged with the organization. So being able to touch base with Imran, who I met at Sheridan College, because we were there for the Hazel McCallion celebration and was able to talk with him and again learn more about Peel Crime Stoppers. Something that you hear the name kind of in the background, and sometimes as police reports are coming out, I was like, yeah, call Crime Stoppers, but never really leaning into what they do. So happy with that. Also, on Saturday, there was oh my gosh, the Black Excellence Symposium at Central Peel in Brampton.
Yeah, you were doing some broadcasting on that. Talk to me
Yeah.
about that.
So it was wonderful. Got to see Station Frederick,
Okay.
who we've had on the show from Frontlines.
Actually, you know what? She
Yeah.
was our first guest.
Our first ever guest, so never forget that. Yes. And she was even on our New Year's Eve special. Remember that time?
I think so, yeah.
So got to be on a panel with her, just talking about our journeys through schooling and then how it led to like the work that we do now. And there was a few other entrepreneurs and also entrepreneurs, and a lady doing her master's in, I think, psychology was on the panel. So getting to talk to students and letting them know for myself, hey, entrepreneurship is definitely an option, and hoping to get more of them into it. We're actually working on a youth entrepreneurship program specifically with Peel District School Board. So inviting them to that. But beyond that, yeah, that was the weekend. Of course, we probably should have kicked off that it was Mother's Day yesterday.
Yes.
So for those that are just realizing now and you are wondering why your wife or your significant other is giving you side eye this morning, that is what you missed. If you're getting the silent treatment, I am helping you with you missed that yesterday. So follow me to Mermaids Find and make it up with the misses. But yeah, man. So
it's interesting you mentioned that, and this is a little bit of a sensitive topic, but it's important that we chat about it. Not every lady who wants to be a mother can be a mother. Some ladies are challenged with medical conditions that don't allow them to be a mother. Right. So I just want to shout it out to those ladies who would love to be mothers but can't. And there was a lady yesterday that posted, who I know, who I'm not going to bring her name here, who posted yesterday on Instagram saying that, she's had miscarriages and it's been very challenging. Right. But I really appreciate her honesty and her braveness to do that post on that day of Mother's Day. So I like to just call it Women's Day, because I believe that every lady is a mother in some way and every guy is a dad in some way. You don't have to have biological children to be a mother or a father. There's a lot of caregivers out there that are mothers and fathers. So I just want to shout that out right here and now. So I just want to do that. And I'm speaking that one day we can have either this lady or someone who is challenged by that. And I know actually Destiny is a lady that has talked about it in passing. And many years ago, I had a lady who was an advocate for that group of individuals. But I think it's time that we have another person if and when they're ready to talk about that on the platform. So I just want to share that.
Absolutely. And there was a wonderful post about the different types of mothers. And it's not just like a one size fits all. A lot of women play different roles in our lives. And again, being able to honor them. But did you see, I believe it is Toronto District School Board changing the name of Mother's Day in schools. So
No.
moving it, and I think Mother's and Father's Day, they're looking to eliminate that name and call it Parents' Day. So
What do you think about that?
it was interesting that you mentioned you call it just Women's Day. So it's kind of in line with what they're thinking to say, like, hey, this is causing too much friction because they're saying, like, oh, not every household has a mother in it, but there's different formations of households. I don't know. I think it loses its essence when we try to dilute too many things. Everything just gets combined into one. And I'll use the example of a lot of things that are Black focused start to become BIPOC and people of color. So it dilutes it in a way when you try to include everything, when sometimes you need focus. So now we're talking about, okay, mothers and fathers, we'll just combine it into Parents' Day. It dilutes it for me. I feel like it doesn't allow us to focus where, hey, respect is due. I don't think it diminishes any different types of family structures.
Mm-hmm.
It just allows us to acknowledge, how does a mother type figure show up in your life, you know?
Okay, let's just catch up on some comments and see. Our family is taking over the conversation. What I love it already. Morning Ottawa says, "Let's go early birds."
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Ready.
what else? Frequency Event Promotion says that would be a good early morning. Okay.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Let's see what else we have. Oh, from the DMV. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Dr. Vibe and the Gala King. All right.
Gala King's going on tour. The
Okay.
restaurant week. All to these restaurants.
Okay, and Morning Ottawa realizes that the media star on your screen is Ryan Knight saying, "Yes, sir, where are my manners? Good morning to Mr. Executive, Master Entrepreneur Ryan Oneil. I vote for the AM shows FTW." I don't know what FTW is, so I'm not an like short-term king.
Please let us know. Yeah, I don't
Yes,
know
I
that
feel
one.
like saying morning a lot, but I'm so darn excited about Morning Vibe. Okay, wait, it's been a while since you've been here, so I love
Boom.
bring that energy. Let's see what else. Our sponsor, good morning, gentlemen. Quite profound, Dr. Vibe. Yes, we need to redefine Mother's Day. The role of mother is different for many.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else? Ladies, we're not happy with Parents' Day. There should be a completely different day, like in Korea. Okay.
Oh, okay, right.
Janet Cox, good morning, Dr. V. Good morning to you also. Uh, also, the dilution is so true, sometimes not necessary.
Right.
Agreed, Ryan. I divine right. Your cape and crown maker. I don't like the dilution. Also, not every man or woman have a mothering or fathering spirit. I've been challenged with an absent father, and my adopted sister was abandoned at birth. Wow,
Right.
wow. This is good conversation topic. LinkedIn user. I don't know who you are, but I'll put you up. Morning, y'all.
Good day.
So this is a very interesting conversation topic, like the whole aspect of parenting and again being politically correct. So is the Toronto board going ahead with that, or are they just suggesting that? What are they saying?
It sounded like it was a suggestion
Okay.
because I mean Mother's Day already happened. I think the conversation was happening just at the tail end of the week. So now if they put that forward, I think Father's Day would get somewhat erased. And so that's
Wow.
leading us into that next conversation of Father's Day usually getting the short end of the stick and not really as much attention.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this on State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala. And for those that haven't checked out that show, if you do, make sure your ears are ready. Because
your internal filter.
Yes, your internal filter is, and but I mentioned it at the beginning of our conversation on Saturday night. Recently, I had the opportunity to attend this event, Social Media and Young Minds,
Okay.
put on by Dove. Yes,
Gotcha.
I have that relationship with Dove Men Plus Care. So they invited me to it, and I want, and I don't, okay, before we get any further, some more conversation topics here. They probably shouldn't have done it around Mother's Day or Father's Day. Okay. Now, there's a question for you. Do you want me to continue the social media young? Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so so went to the event. Now, I'm not usually a person who likes to go downtown like Bloor and Dufferin at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Is that traveling in the passport to go south?
And that's a time when school usually gets out. So the traffic's at a crazy pace.
Yes.
So go in, and I'm just gonna put it was 90% women.
Okay.
And then also they had a panel hosted by Tracy Moore of City Line. I'm sure people know a lot of people know who she is. For those in the US, I consider her maybe Canada's version of Oprah, so to speak. She has a daily show on City TV, etc., etc. Interesting fact, Tracy Moore and I actually, before she got on City, we co-hosted a Ontario Black History Month event. Little nugget there. Nice. Okay, so I go in the place. I was with the cohort from the dad's organization I represent. There were probably about 150 people there. No more than 10 men.
Right. Oh, out of 150.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So they had a short little film talking about the impact of social media on a mother and a daughter. Okay. They have a panel. Tracy's hosting the panel. No men on the panel.
Okay.
So I'm going, all right. And I had to leave early, but my cohort who was with me, he asked during the Q&A, what do you want dads to do? And the people sort of, oh, yeah, dads can really help with this.
Oh, yeah.
So I was a little disappointed with Dove in regards to that because people who may or may not realize it, suicide rates in teenagers is twice as high with young boys as it is with young girls. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Right.
So I'm going to be having a conversation with Edelman, who's a PR company for Dove, and saying, hey, I really enjoyed the event, but what about the guys?
Absolutely.
So I just thought that was an interesting things that make me go, So I think it was a missed opportunity that I'm going to bring up to Edelman, again, who's their PR company. Edelman's one of the biggest PR agencies in the world, right? They are huge.
Oh, gotcha.
So just wanted to bring that up. So we're covering a whole bunch of topics. So here we go. So we got some comments and we're going to get to questions. So Leslie McEwen, love State of Things. We love you back. Leslie, thank you for being a great supporter. Divine Right says, I wouldn't erase Mother and Father's Day, but be like Korea and add in Parents' Day. In September, we have Grandparents' Day in the States. Yeah.
I like that too.
Okay. Yes. Fitness IQ Cam. Yes, Divine Right, just add Parents' Day. Absolutely. Aldefino says, I never understood these Hallmark holidays. Most of these holidays don't matter when you look at real life situations. Most family structures don't even fit into these marketing schemes. Ooh, okay. And then there's a question for you, Media Star. Ryan, isn't there a huge debate, controversy in Durham or Markham in regards to dilution? I am not aware of it. You live in those areas. Do you know about that?
Oh, I might be missing the debate. Are you talking about a Black focused activities and it being diluted?
I don't know.
Because I know in Durham recently there was, I don't want to call it a scare, but people putting flyers that were quite racist around school properties. So the Durham District School Board had to send out a notice saying like, hey, we noticed that these were put out and, caution if children had seen it, you might want to talk to your children. But they did catch, I think, 3 suspects that had put them out. So
what?
It's reminiscent of the nooses at construction sites that were happening a couple of years ago. It's just the last remnants, and maybe not the last, but the remnants of true anti-Black racism. It's like it's bubbling up every so often.
Okay.
But we have to figure out a way to eliminate those elements as we're progressing. There's still going to be the remnants of old.
Okay, so Ray says no, a conversation around sexuality and pride. I
Okay,
don't know
no, I
that.
missed. I have to check about what's going on with that because.
Okay. Fitness IQ goes, listen, the price from Mother Day cars is
Oh,
outrageous.
jeez.
Morning Auto says Mother Day is tough for many, including myself.
Mm.
Having a loss one of my mums last year. Our condolences. I agree with the frustration about capitalistic Hallmark holidays.
Mhm.
And also saying, and I also want people to celebrate life and look forward to things. And
Yes.
so the FTW is nuance for the win. Okay, thanks for educating us on the
Okay.
of for the things. But yeah, the whole because I know Mother's Day is not a happy time for a number of people. I spoke to
Mhm.
some people and it's not a happy time. So I agree that we have to deal with the sensitivities of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
A
And
sensitivity.
yeah, the way that we treat our relationships, because a lot of times we lose people that are close to us, and then we regret that we weren't as engaged in the relationship with them.
That hey,
It
you
just
know
reminds
what?
me,
I
yeah.
tell people one of the things I'm doing strategically is I'm doing living eulogies for people.
Okay.
So people go, "What are you talking about, Doctor Vibe?"
Yeah. So you send it to them, like
No,
as.
what I do,
Mhm.
and why am I forgetting the gentleman who taught me this? But one of my mentors, when I first met him, he said, "You know, Doctor Vibe, you should start doing living eulogies." I go, "What do you mean?"
Uh-huh.
And no, Robert Leung, I remembered his name, wonderful gentleman. He said, how come we save the best we want to say to someone during their eulogy? Why aren't we saying it when they're alive?
Right, right.
And he challenged me that what if there are people close to you, really close to you, Dr. Vibe, write out the eulogy or type it out, sit them down and read it to them.
Okay, man, that's
I've done that with one or two people. It's been
how was
very
that
emotional.
response?
They were blown away.
Right, right,
They were
right.
blown away. Both of them cried.
Yes, yes.
They were blown away. So just putting it out there, a living eulogy. And he also, and look at this. So I just limited my social media time. Maybe we'll
Mm.
talk about that in the second half. Limiting your time on social media, and also another practice that he taught me for about 25 years. They did something called the family roundtable, and
Okay.
how this started is that one day his family, an extended family, got together for Thanksgiving dinner, and he said, "I want each person here to say whether it's good or bad or a combination of both, what they think about every person in the room."
Oh boy. Right.
And the first time they did that, his 5-year old, one of his nieces that was 5-year old, said to her daddy, "Daddy, I don't see you enough."
Oh boy. Yes. Let the heart just get wrenched.
But they did. He said they did that as a family for about 15 years, every Thanksgiving.
Okay. Man,
Right.
I love that.
So Aldefina says, exactly, Ryan. Autopilot recognition once a year for the daily efforts of matriarchs and patriarchs. The math is not mathing. All right. All right. So we're going to take a quick little break because we just want to emphasize this is the week to go out and try a restaurant. This is the week, a black restaurant, except if you're in the DMV like Divine Right. Eventually, we're going to get you up here. So we'll be back in just a moment. We're going to just remind you about Buy Blacks Restaurant Week. Hey, we are back. So if you can, get out to a
Yes.
restaurant this week. Yes, there you go. I'll be wearing mine on Friday or during the week.
Shout out to
Absolutely.
buyblacks.com.
Yes, you know, again, for more information, go to buyblacks.com/restaurant week. Let's see other comments coming in. This is good. Love to look at this. Morning Ottawa says living eulogies, giving flowers to people while they're physically with us. That is such a super hot topic that deserves an own episode. Okay, people need to move more about it. You know what I'm going to try and do then? I'm going to try and get Robert Leung because he's the gentleman who spoke
Yeah,
that
bro.
to me. So, but now the thing is, so I think he's now living in Washington because when he first shared that with him, he was living on an island off Seattle. So if we would ask him in that situation, it'd be 6 a.m. in the morning his time.
Wow,
Hopefully he can
yes.
do that. Or but if he's living in Washington, maybe we can have. But
Bit
yeah,
more,
he's a mentor of mine. Incredible gentleman. Morning One says laughs, hands up, fire. And Brian says it's time to eat. And good morning, Mr. Frey, Mr. Tim
good day,
Frey.
yes.
So yeah, so interesting comment here. Made a little bit
Mm.
fitness IQ saying I just limited my social media time. Ryan, are
Mm.
you or are you limiting your kids' time on social media?
I would say not as much as we should be. We and our family, I guess our children's pediatrician talks about, oh, they should only get an hour. They definitely get more than an hour. But one thing that I do like is Christian is more into like Minecraft, and I find that it does allow him to expand his creativity and being able to like his reading is getting really good, math is exceptional, and a little bit of
That's
coding. And my daughter, she's into like creating animations, and so I find she's learning about different animations. It's when the YouTube videos can definitely stray into unwanted territory, and we've been working on like the filters for that stuff because they're a bit too old for YouTube Kids, but general YouTube can get disgusting, just to be blunt. So understand like how to kind of put guardrails up, and yeah, it's a tricky battle, but making sure that we're checking the history and seeing kind of what they're looking at is really important. But
yeah.
everyday
Morning
struggle.
on. So Aldefina jumping back on what a Morning Auto said that practice may positively impact the health of relationships. That's why I do it.
Mm.
That's why I do it. That's why I do it. Hey,
And
family, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say I wasn't sure if you had heard about that study that Harvard did over the 85-year period with I think it was like 700 men, and at the end of it, they concluded the best way for people to live happy lives is through their relationships. So what you're talking about with the living eulogies is ways to really cultivate those strong relationships, and that is the key to happiness. People like
Yeah,
data
like
shows.
yeah, because your health,
Mm,
whether it and I mean health, mental, physical, emotional, is your number one wealth.
absolutely.
Right? Your health is your number one wealth.
Mm,
So I'm gonna and I did this yesterday, but I challenge periodically people reach out to someone you haven't spoken with in a long time. I sent some text messages to a number of mothers yesterday that I know some of them we have not communicated for at least 5 or 6 months.
ah,
And they said one
you
of them
see it?
oh wow. And I just said, no problem. But just
Yes.
check in. Your health is your this whole social media thing. Uh, it's interesting. And going back to Yvette, and I believe there was another lady on from the West talking about the whole thing about social media. Uh, if you can master the algorithms, I'll pay you.
Okay. That's how to get paid. Like if you understand the algorithm, you
But
will
the thing
increase
is,
your earnings.
absolutely.
Mm,
I don't know what you're saying here. Fitness. I thought you were going to say years. I don't know what you. I don't catch on that. You got to explain it more to me, Fitness
mm,
IQ Cam. But I think, and it's interesting.
mm,
Uh, it's a whole other conversation. But yes, you can have a lot of likes and things like that. But are you converting it into, what's your ROI? What's your reason for going on social media? What's your ROI? Simple as that.
Yes.
It's especially a hot topic in the world of restaurants. I was chatting with someone. They were chatting with a restaurant. Yeah. They asked this restaurant, like, what sort of marketing are you doing? Oh, social media. And the person said, and anything else?
Right. Yes. And that's what Yvette mentioned that was really important, is capturing people's information. So leveraging those online booking tools so that you now build out your database, because email trumps social media.
Oh, yeah.
If people have not figured that out, having access, because Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, you don't own that information. That platform can shut you, and Facebook is known for this. Like, they can just shut you down whenever they feel. And I noticed some of ACBN's posts getting declined because it doesn't pass discriminatory policies.
Oh, wow. Okay, so here's an interesting story. So again, referring back to State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala. Jill, which is Jill Jones. Jill Jones, by the way, was a member of Prince's entourage for 10 years.
Right. Yes.
Right. And it's interesting. Jill is very vocal. Okay.
Right.
Very vocal. And there's a politician in the United States named Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's another conversation itself. So Jill called her a chicken head on Twitter, and she got banned from Twitter for a week.
Wow. Twitter knows what a chicken head is?
Now, you think about it, family, chicken head. And then if you've been look at some of the other stuff that gets on Twitter.
Seriously.
That doesn't get banned.
Like, unbelievably disgusting stuff gets on through Twitter, and very racist stuff stays up.
Yeah, and I think there was another thing. Well, and then she called another politician recently a B. She got shut down for a week. So I think they are monitoring her very closely. Others are not. Closely. So again, control your narrative. Actually, we're having conversations. Aisha, Jill, and Lala. We're gonna go to another platform to create a community other than Facebook.
Right.
You know?
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, you don't own the platform, but when you have your customers' direct contact, you own that relationship, so you can really control it.
So you pause. Fitness IQ, you paused and said 5 to 6 months, and I thought you were going to say years. No. I there's people I keep on contact for somewhat regularly, like every few months, just to touch base. But I don't do the years thing. I can't. That's not good. I try not to do that. Morning Auto says it was lovely yesterday at Gatineau Park in Ottawa, seeing young families and newcomers teaching the appreciation of all nature and living things to their kiddos. Greatest gift my late adoptive dad gave to me. Divine Right says, I'm dealing with the same, Ryan. My son loves animation, too old for YouTube Kids, and yep, those ads and redirects can be inappropriate. Yeah, that's one thing I'm beginning not
especially
to
the
like
ads.
Ads. Oh my gosh.
So,
you're watching something within 30 seconds.
And they're long.
Like, there's a gentleman who I watch regularly on YouTube, and Grant Cardone is in the ads all the time. I'm 10x'd out, Grant. I'm 10x'd out. Out.
Although I do like that book. Shout out to Grant Cardone. And it used to be, remember the guy with the Ferrari in his garage, or the Lamborghini?
I don't know. There's so many of them. Like
the Lopez guy. It can just take over, because a child, they're just watching. And if the ad is like an hour, then it just is playing.
I know.
That's why I actually had to get the YouTube Premium. And thanks to Sheridan, since I'm still taking courses there, you can get it for cheaper if you're a student.
Right.
So pull out that university or college card and get your YouTube Premium.
All right. The McMillan Group says, yes, your website and database should be the... Absolutely. 100%, yes. Good morning, Ryan Singh. Out of sight, out of mind. All right. We got everyone's... Well, give us other... See, family is driving the conversation today. Divine's going... one of my Facebook business pages have been tripping and keeps declining my posts. I'm talking about poetry, books, and writing. Sigh. This is why we need our own websites. Absolutely.
The wildest thing, I posted something for Detailing Nights talking about if people were interested in starting a car cleaning business, and the ad was declined again for discriminatory policy. So I had to appeal it, and then they're like, "Oh, it's been approved now." I'm like, "What?" Maybe I'm being flagged because I'm part of the Afro Caribbean Business Network. They're like, "Oh, that entity is discriminatory to other cultures." I don't know what's going on.
So when you put in your appeal, how long did it take them to respond?
It was within 12 hours, like that they reversed it, but totally unnecessary. Like there was nothing about the ad that even said it was only for Black people. It was just car cleaning, but yet still it was like declined right away. Like you know how it goes to review and it was like rejected right away.
You press enter, declined.
Yeah, there's something up with that. I'm on some list. Is it because I'm watching State of Things? They know I'm affiliated with Jill.
Well, it was funny because one of the platforms that I broadcast on is my Twitter feed. So I went after the car conversation, after our show on Saturday, going, Jill, you're banned from Twitter right now. This is broadcasting on my Twitter feed. Am I going to get banned because I'm broadcasting your comments on my Twitter feed?
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Oh,
but this is where, like you said, we have to control our own platforms.
Absolutely. So Ray says Facebook wouldn't allow me to share my own blog on their platform. It flags it as spam, but we can share links from TMZ. Go figure.
And imagine how much garbage TMZ puts out consistently, and they don't consider that spam.
Or the algorithm is censoring the word Black more now. Don't know.
Okay. That could be it.
Define Right says exactly right. When I post to my other Facebook business page, no problems. But with my author and writing page, there's always a problem.
Something's up.
Aldofina says banned by association. LOL. This thing called social media. I'm telling you. My goodness. Oh, what else? Go ahead.
I was going to say it leads to that whole disconnect of relationships too, because my daughter at one point was like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. Even Christian, he's like, yes, I want to be a YouTuber. And they see the really popular YouTubers, and then you get caught up in chasing the likes and the fame, yet that doesn't build strong relationships. Yet, if you watch Instagram or just look through TikTok, it's all about people doing things just to get the likes. So social media is contributing to, I would say, a good portion of unhappiness in the world and in the community if we don't regulate it, because people chasing the fame is causing problems.
So really, and we need to get someone talking, someone who knows at least a little bit more than I do about this. And actually, I think a lot of things come to my mind. I know that I read a story just recently. There was a gentleman, a father, who had a fairly big following on TikTok.
Okay.
He committed suicide.
What?
Committed suicide. There was something going on with that family. But he committed. I'm going to see if I can find the whole thing. And that's too. If people want to make money from social media, do you know how much work you got to put in?
Absolutely. Yes.
Like, what you're getting paid for the amount of likes you get, it's not, you have to have really, like I say, if anyone wants to make an income on this, okay, hold on, here we go. I'm going to bring this story up. I'm not going to source. I was going to put TMZ's posts up, but I'm not going to put their posts up.
Yeah, TMZ's going to block us next.
So let me put this up. This is, so let me just put up this in real time, family. Yeah, I just found the story. Okay. So it should be coming up in just a second. Yeah, TikTok dad, Bobby Moody, dies at 46. Will be able to remember as most amazing father. The father of three often posted videos of his family hijinks on TikTok, where he had more than 350,000 followers.
And you wonder how much how bad had life gotten that he would take his own life. And that's, I guess, always the question. But then with social media, it's like it's that curated life. Like you only see the most positive elements of a
Died
person's
by
life, and you
suicide.
never
Yeah.
really.
Like it
Oh
says here,
man.
the Mississippi content creator had more than 350,000 followers on TikTok, where his bio claimed that he was, quote, just here to embarrass my daughter, unquote, delighted in detailing his family's five's exploits. Yeah.
Ooh.
So, and here's another interesting thing. As of Friday morning, his account
Mm.
had raised more than 60,000 of its $75,000 goal. So they had to do a GoFundMe on top of that.
You see, that opens up a whole another pool of questions where planning, we don't talk about life
Well,
insurance enough.
and you know what? Maybe the next time Wayne Harris is on, we need to talk to him about this because again, and again too,
Right.
there's another story
Oh, and
too.
life insurance probably wouldn't cover it because he committed suicide, right?
Who knows? But the thing is too,
Yeah.
one of my people who is my main mentor, Mario Armstrong, a number of years said something to me. He said, Dr. Vibe, do you notice that 80% of the people on social media only share 20% of their life?
Oh, absolutely. Because, like you said, we're battling the algorithm. So
Well, no, but
you
a lot of
only
people only want to
post
show the good. They
that.
only wanted
Yeah,
to
you
show
feel
the
like,
good
oh,
of
I need to
life,
show
right?
things. You
And
never
also
show
think about
just the mundane.
another thing about algorithms.
Mm.
If you pay for ads, the algorithm will then say, okay, we'll boost your ads as long as you're paying them. If you're not paying them,
Oh
so I think,
yeah,
okay,
absolutely. The organic reach, and I know
no,
Facebook was the
organic.
first for that. It just shut it down and said, "Do you want to boost this to your own followers? They won't show it unless you pay if you buy
Exactly.
the ads." That's man,
Exactly.
they're
So some
gangster.
things here. Um, we'll catch up. We'll catch up. Hold on. There's a lot of comments going on here.
Mm.
So my son wants to be a YouTuber, but with gaming. I told him it's not as easy as it looks, but we'll do the research together. No, it's not as easy as it
And
looks.
I mean, people online are vicious. It's on. We'll be watching some of the other YouTubers, and they'll
Yeah.
be on live and like doing through Twitch, and the comments that are coming in, it's like you're fighting with the commenters. And I see the frustration on the YouTuber where it's like people in the comments, because you're just in a public forum and there's really malicious people and you wonder, because stuff like that, can my children even handle that kind of negativity that are people are gonna just be like jumping onto your lives and trying to cause it's a wild world, man. Online is just disgusting sometimes.
Okay, Morning Ottawa. We need our own folks to show up, pay for Black run owned enterprises that reinvest community. Companies got to do fierce outreach too. It's a tough road for Black entrepreneurs. Resilience is not an option. Facts.
Absolutely.
He talked with his father. If his life was that amazing, he wouldn't kill himself. Sounds like he didn't like the man in the mirror looking back at him. Facts.
I mean, but he had 3 children, and to just
rest in eternal peace to Stephen DJ, Twitch boss. Greatest wishes for a full recovery, Jamie Foxx. Nobody has the answers to all of life's suffering, but no doubt about it, we need each other. Facts. All right, our international realtor is here, Laura Lala Key. You can catch her on Saturday nights. Where we go? Hello, Lala. How are you?
Good day.
All right. And Fitness IQ says if he commits suicide before 2 years of having life insurance, fine print.
Oh, gotcha.
Divine Right. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. I look at Robin Williams, one of the founders of Dave and Buster's, Chris Lighty, all gone by suicide.
I didn't know about the Dave and Buster's founder.
Yep. Wow. And Laura says, yes, please prepared for online trolls. You must remember there are cowards behind screens. It's not for the faint of heart.
The keyboard warriors, man, they
The
will type
keyboard warriors.
anything. It's
I,
insane.
I like this. Alafina, I see social media like a vision board. Creation is just a new job like Shakespearean actors in their time. Of course, actors mainly show the good parts. We can only imagine that 80%. Yeah. Like I don't really, I do selective stuff about what I'm doing. I publicize the content provided by other people. If people really, if people really want to know about me, email me, or those who really know me, you got my number.
Yes. Well,
All
one
right.
thing that I took from Sharon Fletcher, I don't know if from Blacks Inspire,
Yeah.
is that when you're at events, you can then stream so people that didn't get to make it get to see what's happening. That's one thing that I liked about like doing live streams and going to different events and saying like, hey, this thing is happening, just in case you want to know what's going on. But yeah,
I didn't do it today, but for the last few conversations, I've been doing selective moments of conversations on IG Live. I'm not doing it today, but it seems that people appreciate that. So that I didn't do it today. I said, let's take a day off. But I do a little bit of stuff that. So let's see what Aldafina says. Exactly, Divine, right? Divine Right goes, hello, Lala, and you're right. The trolls are cowards. Fitness IQ says, thank heavens I haven't had many trolls yet. And it's interesting. We haven't had any here.
Well, and the thing, because they'll get like, what I noticed is they hide through oh man,
Bots.
because if there's comments coming in, then they'll throw it in, but the YouTuber usually doesn't have time to like go through it and have like a moderator. Because we'd be able to see it and just eliminate it. It's a pointless, like it's pointless to jump in here and put up a stupid comment because it's not going to make it into the stream. Like you wouldn't even address it. But when they're live streaming, it just keeps coming up, so they can throw in anything that they want.
It's interesting. Once in a while, we'll have trolls on State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala, and I somewhat expect that because what they say can be. People can give it pushback. Not saying they need to, but periodically. And what we do is we just block them. And thank goodness for this platform that we're using. You can just block them out automatically, right? And Divine says we've had nasty trolls on Instagram too.
I believe it.
I don't pay attention to them. If they don't, they need better things to do. I don't. Don't deal with that. But family, keep it coming. I love this. Oh, the world of trolls. And how's the world of AI, Ryan? Doing all right?
Yo, we have to do a day where we pull up some of the creations that we are doing with AI. I don't know if you've seen my digital twin, Kwame Nuibo.
Yes, I saw that.
He's been out promoting some of our events and helping me with my marketing. So I'm telling you, AI, there's been just in the last week, some amazing announcements. Google is ramping up. Bard is in full effect. They have something called Gemini that they're putting out. They launched
because they're behind. They're behind because Microsoft Bing has beat them up bad.
But did you know that ChatGPT was built on Google's Transformers network?
Yep.
So Google is the true like holder of data. So once they get into the game, but yeah, like you said, they are behind, so they're trying to catch up. And now everything that they do is looking like, oh, they're just trying to copy ChatGPT because they've already been doing it. So it's going to be a tricky road for them.
Well, there's also the other side of it too. Like right now, I think there's a writer's strike in the entertainment industry in the US. And one of the big stickling things is AI. How are they going to combat because the film companies may just use a lot of AI and may not use writers anymore. Right.
Man.
So it's going to get nasty. Fitness IQ says, but the bots also they support more supportive than me friends. We blocked them on Diviners. We blocked them on IG. Very derogatory comments. So when we have scheduled lives now, we now have moderators. You need to.
Yeah.
Ryan Singh as a creator says AI is phenomenal and concerning, but my writing has been increasing as a result of this AI platform.
Okay. Then that's where we have to engage with it. You can't just ignore it, because if you ignore it, you're gonna get railroaded.
What about Aldefina? Great question. What about AI images with limited capability for creating black faces features? Great point. Again, AI is
Yes.
not built by people who look like us. So
And
they're going to
I
give
think
the,
I actually believe I have the proof of that statement that you just made. So I'm writing an article because I asked ChatGPT to become my assistant, like an executive assistant. And so I said, okay, you're my assistant. Describe to me what you look like. So it gave me a description. It named itself Victoria and gave me a description. And so in the article, I'm going to post. So I took that description and put it into Midjourney. So Midjourney is a way to create images from text. So the image that it created, and I won't give it away, but I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to post in this article and say, this is what ChatGPT thinks it looks like. And now they changed it that you can't ask ChatGPT to describe itself. So I think they might have caught on, and they're like, oh, as a AI language model, I'm unable to describe myself, but I have the proof of what ChatGPT thinks it looks like.
there you go. And Aldefina says some faces are just blurs.
And sometimes like very like Dawn of the Dead looking, like they struggle with black, but I mean, they get it sometimes, but it can be, they can miss the mark a lot of
Fitness
times too.
IQ Cam says, oh,
Yeah.
and then Ryan, I want to be in the room for that conversation. Well, I'll tell you, I use it on a limited basis. I know there's a lot more I can use it for. Like right now, one of the great things there, actually, I found a site that has about 15 in one page, has about 15 different AI applications for creators.
Oh wow.
Which is really nice. And
Yes.
one of the things is it can create polls for you.
It can create poll.
Yeah. So if I said who do you feel should buy BET, and it'll give me results.
Oh, okay.
And you can put it up as a poll.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's
I like that.
So if people want to know that site, contact me directly. I ain't sharing it with everybody.
Nice.
But it does everything from writing paragraphs for you. It's a whole, so it's a great site for content creators. If you want to use it. It is like I don't use it a lot because most of my content is live people, if you notice. So this is the thing that I, I just, let me just see how many different oh my gosh, it has everything from business name generator to story generator, title rewriter, article writer, FAQ generator, business slogan generator, Instagram story idea. There's got to be at least 30 different. Oh, so it also can summarize a PDF document. Summarize a YouTube video. So if you want to get access to that thing, contact me. I ain't giving it out to everybody. Ryan Singh, who does a lot of content, especially film content creation. I did my movie with my children around AI 2 years ago, and now we have to change the entire concept because everything has changed. There you go.
Yes.
Frequency event promotions, everything says a great show. Have a great week. We ain't finished yet, but what's a great show? Have a great week. We'll do our best. But yeah, so again, I think it's very important that at least you have knowledge of AI. You may not necessarily use it, but have knowledge about it. And there's so many different, again, go to YouTube. If there's people, if you want, again, gotta have her on again, Terry Johnson. Contact Terry Johnson. Yes. We had her on a little over a week ago, and I've got to see when she's going to come back on. I think she's going to be a monthly, because she has so much knowledge of AI marketing and all that. She has so much. Okay, hold on. Morning Auto says maybe I'm in the minority, but being more selective and intentional with social media has helped me Accountable, Build Out Loud, and 360-degree learning.
Okay, nice.
Back in 2018, it was author Professor I.C. Bailey being on Dr. Vibe show. They introduced me to your show, and finally having a chance to get an opportune mentorship moment with you in 2020 about pitching. I'm glad I helped.
Excellent. I love
And
it.
says, which I am still grateful for.
Mm,
Thank you. I received that. I
mm.
received that. This is great. But yeah, the AI thing. Yeah. Oh, before we
Yes.
leave, Ryan, you've got a big event coming up at the end of June.
We do. So, those that have been following along with the Black Entrepreneurship Ecosystem, we are doing the second annual Black Entrepreneurship Ecosystem Conference. So, it is going to be in Windsor this year at the last week of June. So, June 27th, 28th, and 29th. And we're inviting, of course, entrepreneurs and those that are part of the economic ecosystem of the Black community. But it's a time for all the different partners across Canada to come together for capacity building and for the entrepreneurs that we work with to, again, learn about how we can support them and see what the future of this ecosystem looks like. A big takeaway that we're working on is getting consensus around building a Black think tank for Canada and how we can start actioning that coming out of the conference. So please, if you are interested in the entrepreneurship ecosystem, get your ticket to come down to Windsor and spend the week. Treat it as like a retreat of
The
capacity
Windsor
building
Retreat.
to Windsor.
The
Yes, yes,
Windsor Retreat.
absolutely.
Wow. And you're going to have a number of different panel conversations, etc.
Right. So the first day, June 27th, is focused on arts and media. So we're talking about the different missed opportunities in like the screen industry or arts and entertainment. The second day is talking about international trade and procurement. And then the third day is talking about cooperative fundraising and how to leverage an ecosystem to raise more dollars for your programming. And then the Friday, we actually have Errol Gibbs, our mentor that wrote the Black Empowerment Manifesto, talking about how to design the Black think tank and how we can action that going forward.
Question from Frequency Event Promotion, who said, have a great week. We thought he was gone, but he's still here. What is the ticket price?
It is free to attend, and we are 75% sold out. So I didn't think it was
What?
going to start selling so quickly. And I'm saying selling, but registration so quickly. So register as soon as you can.
Yeah,
But
it's free. So
we
the only
also,
cost is if you're staying for a few days. I know the hotels are going quick.
true, yes. So, but hey,
Okay.
yeah, I
So
would
here's
say
another good question.
register
Here we
quick.
go.
Hmm.
Why Windsor, not Toronto?
So we were actually mandated not to do all the conferences in the GTA. So we did the first one in Toronto and Mississauga. So we had to move it around Ontario. So we decided on Windsor because we have a few ecosystem partners in Windsor. So we wanted to support them out there.
Okay. Morning Ottawa, is the link to your YouTube in the video description. I tried to click on Ryan's avatar, but YouTube doesn't want to let me subscribe that easy. I don't know. That's a Ryan thing.
Oh, good question. Yeah.
All right. Laura Lala says, well, you can't beat free.
Yes.
Yeah,
No excuses.
Yes, for free. So the only thing is traveling down there and getting, but I know accommodations are filling up quickly.
Right. And they have a few other festivals that are happening around that time. So
right.
Bookings are getting tight.
Okay. So let's see if he holds himself to this. Frequency Event Promote says going for real now. Okay. We'll see if we'll see. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting week of conversation. So that is good. So what's up for the rest of the week?
What is up for the rest of the week? It feels like it's not overwhelming. So, but good things are happening. So we do have our study group that happens on Tuesday evenings. The study group talks about the manifesto and how to design a think tank. So for those that are interested, definitely check it out. Studygroup.acbncanada.com to register. And I mean, just looking forward to Buy Black's Restaurant Week as we travel to different restaurants. So what we're doing, and you might remember from last time, is each evening we're trying to grab gift certificates from different restaurants and then do giveaways in the evening. So as I attend and have lunch at a restaurant, we're gonna get a gift card from there, and then in the evening give it away. So
Give it
this evening
away.
it'll be a giveaway for
Okay.
Mermaids Find. So
Nice.
stay tuned for that.
So that means you should be following ACBN_Canada on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Yes.
To qualify to get it. And even if even for our international posse, Laura Lala and Divine Right, you can qualify too, because I know the way things are going on in your all country, you're at least going to be visiting up here in the near future. I don't know about living here, but you're at least going to be living.
I thought Biden had it under control. What's going on? Sir? No dice?
Yeah, well, yeah. Like, let's just say debt ceiling. I'm just going to say that.
It's hitting that again.
Yes.
Man. But they know how to kick the can. They know how to kick the can down the road.
Debt ceiling, if that happens, that's going to be very interesting, because the next time we have Wayne Harris on, he'll be talking. I'm going to also get him to talk about the after, if that happens, the debt ceiling crisis continues past that date of June 1st, how it could potentially impact, how it will impact Canadians, especially Black Canadians, and the whole financial industry, the whole social net. Yeah. People should, I'm saying, people just keep an eye on what's going on with the debt ceiling crisis in the US. I know many of you live in Canada and say, oh, that's just a US thing. Remember, the U.S. has a lot of pull economically around the world.
Oh, yeah. And militarily.
Yeah. So if the American government defaults on its payments, that is a whole ripple world. Another suggestion, read about also, there's a group of companies wanting to push, basically in monetary currencies around the world, the U.S. dollar is sort of looked as the currency to price everything at. There are a group of countries that are wanting to change that. And two of the countries that are involved in that other group are China and Russia.
And South Africa.
South Africa, yes.
Which that made me think a little bit what's going on.
Yeah, so take a little time just to leave know what's going on at the top level. Morning Ottawa says, big Kenya community in Niagara. For FYI, if you're going across Ontario, it's a great time for the ACBN event. As long as we've got some sun, you'll see melanated skin popping. Ha ha ha! Really hoping to make it.
Yes.
There you go.
Appreciate that.
You go.
Yes,
we want the Kenyans out. Fitness
and
IQ.
Ottawa's on the list too.
Yes. Fitness IQ. Yes, you should be reading. I'm suggesting you read about that debt ceiling, because if that hits, the world economy could implode.
Right.
Well, there'll be some definite complications for all of us in regards to that. Okay, I think, yes, BRICS, BRICS. Yes. I don't know who the BR, but the R is Russia, the C is China, and the S is South Africa. The other two countries, I think India is
and
the
Brazil?
other one.
It might be Brazil.
Okay, let me just look quickly. Yeah. Thank you, Fitness IQ Cam. This should be up your. Yes, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Heavy hitters.
And there's just about the new world. They're considering themselves a new world order. They offer an alternative to the West.
Oh boy.
And actually, so that's interesting. So it's an acronym for 5 regional economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It was initially BRIC, and then South Africa was added in 2010. So
so long ago?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I thought this was like a new thing.
Yes. So they are looking to be their own, like you have your European economic market, or I don't know the exact name of it. They want to form their own economic group. And they have annual summits. Wow. They've had annual summits since 2009.
You see, I had no idea what was going. I thought this was like a 2020 type thing. No. This has been around for a while.
Yep. Brazil. Thank you, Fitness IQ Cam and Frequency. So Uh, when you see Russia, China together,
Mm.
and then, because yeah, this is a huge problem. I don't know if it's a problem, but it's a huge. You need to see. These are the things that the news doesn't tell you about. You don't see that
Yes.
as headline stuff. This is a potentially huge thing.
Well, we forget that we get our own propaganda. Like we can
I
talk about
remember those
North
songs.
Korea and the propaganda there. We are insulated in our own propaganda where the news only wants to show you what will highlight our country and our region. We don't show other regions in the light that they're shining. And again, it's hey, that's everybody's opinion on their thoughts on Russia, China, but they're gonna talk to their people favorably about themselves, just like how we talk favorably about ourselves. So
Okay, we're,
the
we're gonna
market
end
is
off. We're gonna end off with one last thing.
Hmm.
So I'm just taking a look at the ranking of the 5 largest banks in the world. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How many of them are US based? People can put in the chat. I'm just looking at a report here. The world's 100 largest bank. How many of them are US based?
In the top 5?
Yes.
Oh man, it has to be at least one.
Other people, put your answers in the chat, and we'll finish off on this.
I'm thinking like Bank of America. They're pretty big. JP
Okay.
Morgan.
So as Ryan is thinking here, and Laura, Lala, and this is building on something you chatted about on a few shows ago on State of Things. You have to go off the grid for news like this. Usually, I call it the smoke screen. They get you mad about other stuff, then slip this past you.
Right.
Finance, like even one was there, and there were riots. Okay, exactly, Ryan. When I was in South Korea, they kept talking about North Korea. Most Koreans weren't even concerned. Ryan Singh says 0. Finance says at least 2 banks. Ryan, what's your answer?
I was thinking at least one. So 1.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put this up on the screen, then we will wind it down. All right. Let me put this up on the screen. This I'm hoping will make some people go, okay. Or, all right, let's do it here. Here. And this is, okay. I can see if I can increase the top 5. Only one is in the top 5 in the US. JP Morgan. Do people see what country has the top 4?
No, can you increase it? It's a bit.
I'm going to do that right now. What country has the top 4
number
banks?
1 and 2, 3, and 4?
4.
Holy shit. That's insane. Managing 5 trillion, 4 trillion, 4 trillion, 4 trillion. Are any Canadian banks on this list?
The Royal Bank is number 26.
Okay, and I see Toronto Dominion's 23.
And 23, yeah.
Wow. 1 trillion. We're
so
babies
the country
in this,
of China
this
has the
game.
4 largest banks in the world.
And which country is Mitsubishi in? Is that
Japan?
Japan? Mitsubishi's financial group is number 6?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Okay.
Wow. Rants is up there.
So again, as Lala said, the news you don't hear.
Look at this, man. Wells Fargo down there, 16. This is showing you. Look at the type of money that is controlled. If you add all this up, it's like just in the top 30 is almost $50 trillion under management with these banks. Get the flow of money, people. We have to get in front of these flows of money. And one way to compete is to create your own banks.
All
Like you
right, you
can't
got it.
compete.
And the greatest form of wealth is in your family. All right, let's finish off with comments here on the debt ceiling crisis. Maybe that's why there's an even greater influx of foundational indigenous Black folks and us trying to build life in Ghana, where my family and tribe stay. Tim Frey, right? Most of them are in China. Divine Right said zero. No.
Yes.
Morning Ottawa says job security ain't what it was, but again, freelancing and gig economy is wild, wild west, open for taking from culture and market makers. Exactly. We want. Hey, there was a few months ago. You heard about quiet quitting. Now companies are doing quiet firing. That's a whole other conversation.
Well, they're doing quiet firing and loud firing.
Yes, because my last comment. Appreciate the stream because people got to realize something. When we were doing the pandemic, companies realized, you know what? We don't need as many people to do what we were doing before.
Yes, sir. But a lot of them already knew that, and then the pandemic gave them the excuse to shout out to Dollarama.
Yes, on all fronts, this will change the landscape on the economy, where a lot of migration will take place in the other direction. Finance, JP Morgan, true. We go, I'm not shocked with just one. I put zero. JP Morgan and Chase is a huge powerhouse here. Absolutely. And what's happening in the US with all these regional banks that are in crisis, who are picking those up? The JP Morgans of the world. So when they see a regional bank in crisis, they buy them and add to their own portfolio.
Absolutely.
And here's another thing that I've been saying for a long time. Remember, China holds the U.S. debt. Tim, let me ask you something. What would happen if China said to the U.S., okay, pay us back what you owe us?
All it on? Oof.
Okay. Hold on. Didn't HSB merge with RBC? Yes. RBC bought, I think, HSBC Holdings in Canada. Morning Ottawa. RBC has made a smart move to partner with a very global bank. Was it HBC? Yep. I don't remember what. Yep. They gave everyone 4% interest for 6 months. Wow. Morning Ottawa. Canada has the highest amount of illicit funds, though. That's a governance issue. It is what it is.
Whoa. Okay.
50% of the banks in Asia. Yep. Wouldn't it be ideal to invest in them too? Yep. In the top 30 banks, don't know what that is. Yes. I was let go in June 2020 with others. Quiet firing. There you go.
Right.
We went into some bonus time, but I thought that's some of the news you're not hearing.
Absolutely, but it is happening around us.
Right? And speak about food and Buy Black Restaurant Week. The head chef, Roger Dundas is in the house.
Yes.
So
Restaurant Week is ready.
Restaurant Week is here, right now. For more information, go to buyblacks.com/restaurant week. We hope that y'all have a great week. On Friday, we have Ray McMillan. Don't know what he's going to be talking about yet, but he's going to be with us talking mortgages, real estate, all them things. So another great conversation. Remember to subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook or wherever you're watching this, even on Ryan's platforms or ACBN platforms. Subscribe, tell other people about it. What other stuff? If you want to promote your business or service on our show, contact me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Like the McMillan Group has been doing for months. I think it's coming up to a year now. Yes. If you want to get in contact with me, there are the details. I'm not going to read them out. This is what you can read on the screen. And you can catch replays of this epic conversation on a number of different places. The Dr. Vibe Show, YouTube and Facebook, ACBN Network, Facebook and YouTube, and the Ryan Oneil channel on YouTube and LinkedIn. All right, 2 last comments and we gone. Let's see what happens here. Thanks for wearing the T-shirt, Ryan. There you go. And then Tim says, if China calls in their U.S. debt, then U.S. becomes legit counterfeiters and prints loads of money. There you go.
Wow.
There you go. and they have great content. All right, fam, we're gonna shut down. Thanks for handling us, and
Thank you.
we always want to know, and this is one of our great things. You can just have a conversation, and you drive the conversation, and do tell us: A, should we be starting earlier, and B, would you like another morning vibe during the week? If you do, tell us what day. The last time I put out this question, people seem to say Wednesday was a good day. Would just like to check in regards to that. Thank you, Finance IQ. Great conversation. We got to get out of here because we got things to do and restaurants to go eat at.
Oh,
Bye.
yes.
Here we